to start with. Do you think we're going to see any team get over 30 elims in one match?
That'd be insane. That would be absolutely insane. I would hope so, but because of how everything is going out, it has to be, I feel like, some of the start of the days, right? Because if it doesn't happen today or tomorrow, the teams are going to be more settled in. They're going to be knowing exactly where to drop, and also they will have all the information from day one that they can go back, look on, and see, all right, how do we improve for day number 2?
Yeah, I feel like that first game was just a perfect storm for that performance of Vampire.
Yeah, it was. And also how everything ended up being, how the rotations came in. Also, it's just, you know, it is so wild to have these semi-urban endings where some of the teams, they're coming out from the bridges or from the north side. They have to cross water and get against all these obstacles here, and they're just able to do so. But 7, we are ready with the second Erangel of the day and the 4th game. So we're basically halfway through now. We're going to have 3 more total games, and this is going to be a fun one. Also, a pretty good playing path here. We're starting over Georgia Pole, and we're going to go down towards the southeast over Military Island.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the desk is going to be happy seeing this playing path. This is actually more likable to me. I'm interested to see what the first zone is going to be like and how these teams are going to be reacting. And another thing that the desk was talking about, that Enigma Galaxy, like, this is a team that a lot of us expected a lot out of. And right now, they're a team that's currently sitting just with 2 points, and they didn't have one of the best starts either. That was the first team that was eliminated in this tournament. I'm hoping they can turn it around here on this match.
I hope so too here. But we are seeing some teams jump out. I'm curious to see if we're going to see some of these famous hot drops here, or some of the contests on the cars potentially that could become deadly. And let's see how many teams also end up going over to the Military Island to back-to-back, obviously going towards Farm and Milta. They're going to be pretty good on the eastern side. The question is also, are we going to have the circle? No, it's not going to be fine. We have a little bit of a chance here, 7. A little 20-25% chance that it could go south and be a real rough circle for these teams.
And this is when my toxic trait comes out. This is when I want to see that
Well,
excitement.
the worst possible.
Yes. I want that circle to go just in between. I want to see some water, okay? I want to have some of the military base, and I want to have some of the mainland as well. So we already get some of the fights here. Atani Esports being able to get the knock there on 52 Pharaoh. This is a great start for Atani Esports, actually, because and something to point out, they have Sanhok.CEST. They have a player from Brazil that has been added for this tournament. So I think it's time that we actually start seeing a good performance out of Atani Esports here on a global event.
Yeah, I would really love to, though. Let's see what they can do. They get another one down. Pain goes down. That's a lot of pain for him straight there. Here fighting in the God compound just west of the Godka area. And that's going to be a great start for Atan. Let's see what Daku can do here, though, 7. Is he going to be able to get down 1? No, just a quick peek.
Yeah, I think they're just going to be waiting patiently. You can see Sanhok.CEST right now just flipping the buggy in the background. If this is going to be a time right now, Fran has to push that. Daku's going to just back off a little bit. They're going to be looking to reset. I think they has given enough time for Sanhok.CEST to actually push up into them. There you go.
Oh, the backup. He gets in. Daku goes down. Sanhok.CEST, fantastic backup coming in this situation here. A little bit of fire. Vaz, what is he able to do here for 52?
The good thing right now is that, I mean, Atan has everything going for them, right? They
100%.
have one of the 52 esports players just pretty much against the wall. What's going to happen here and how they're going to be able to approach this? You can see them, Choco trying to get that different angle, and how are they actually going to be able to push that? We have seen teams throw, in a way, this kind of pushes when it's just one player.
Oh, Vass, they are circling him, though. Look at this. Nice backup coming in, and they're just going to take him down. That is pretty damn amazing. Well played here by Atan. 52 out in first place.
Yeah. Talking about a great start, this is what I want to see out of Atan. I mean, they ended up with 5 elims in the first match, 3, and then in the past match, they only had 1 elim. 4 right off the bat. This is what you want to see.
All right, also here, Virtual Gaming Squad. Maybe have some information that there might be one of the players here from Vampire Esports. I don't think so, though. They're not really looking for him to just go away. The Glass House compound here is a really good one, but they have to rotate further, obviously, when the circle is further east.
Yeah, Vampire just playing it patient. Say, you know what? We're just going to be waiting and see what happens. Let's let them do their thing, and that's exactly what's going on. And I mean, if you don't have to get into a fight this early on, just don't do it.
Yeah, exactly. But it feels like they have an idea, right? Because obviously he could be, he could have dropped close to it and then obviously been looting. But no, they are not going to find him. He's going to be fine here. Fluke.
The circle is going to start closing in, though. I want to see what 4 rivals is going to be doing. I mean, they're currently towards the north. Bernie. With Vampire Esports, I think he's just going to continue to stay down. He's going to be super, super patient.
All right, let's see what the situation is going to be with the rotations. It is a pretty good circle. I want to see either a really rough one, we're talking military base 50-50, something like that, or a good center one. Because on the Potato Hill, there is a lot of good areas to be fighting around farm. These farms with the snake compounds, there's a lot of compounds that could be taken. And there's really basically just a lot of real estate that is available for these teams. So we could potentially see a lot of teams sending it in towards the center rather than what we've seen so far in the tournament. A lot of edge-heavy play, especially on Miramar. That's very, very edge-heavy. And obviously because also how this circle ended up being. Morph in Yasnaya.
And I mean, for the last game, Morph, what a performance, right? And we're talking about them. We're saying how that was a team that went from 0 points to hero points, being able to collect those 20, I think it was 22 points for them. That's what you want to see out of the Indonesian teams. I'm pretty sure a lot of people right now on YouTube are going to be doing Indo Pride. And next week, I mean, on the after-party event, they're going to be also having Bigatron. So if more can actually make it there, I want to see that. I want to see those giants just battle each other.
Virtual Gaming Squad also fighting right now. Let's see how that's going to turn out as well. If it's just going to be one. Seoul did lose one player, Omega. And now the other guys from Team Seoul are leaving.
There's a lot of teams right now trying to scout, trying to figure out where they're going to be going. You can see Star Wars Esports finally starting to move a little bit. I think they're going to make sure that their bridge is going to be clear and they're going to be able to make a move for it. Right now, the amount of loot they're going to be able to get is going to be amazing. And I think this is great for them. Nobody bothers them at the start, right? And it looks like they're just going to have a clear path. If for some reason it does go to the main island, they're going to have a clear path. And I feel like this is why they're currently being able to be consistent. And I mean, Star Wars Esports, this was a team that, by a lot of people, they think that they are going to be the winners of this event. So I'm interested to see if that consistency, even though they don't have a chicken dinner yet, if that consistency is going to continue.
That is like 3 games back-to-back-to-back third. That is very impressive considering the format, how the teams are playing, the difference in teams. You're not playing a bit against your usual regional teams. You're not playing against teams that you usually know. So that is that's pretty impressive. And I think, especially the guys on the desk, they talk so much about Stalwart and how their expectations is high. Let's hope that Max is not here to curse them, but rather bless them together with Kylaris.
And one of the teams we were talking about earlier, Nigma, Galaxy. I mean, right now, middle of Pachinki, with this circle, you're in a way you're kind of blessed. Just take your time, see what's going to happen. Nobody, more than likely, nobody's really going to be trying to push you. But you can see, you were talking about Potato Hill. Guess what? There's a lot of teams going there right now.
There is. It's a lot of good information to be taken from the high ground there. But also, you can't be... Some teams can be sneaking up. And right now, Seoul, they are pulling up here by the shacks. And Damwon Kia is lurking in the back. And they're already throwing some of the utility that way here. Vivian and Nate's coming in. And then Seoul hears it. Goblin's the only one that's currently left in the back for it. Let's see if that's going to continue, if he's going to stay kind of an anchor, or at least just make sure that his teammates is going to get away safely and then he can leave as the last guy, or if they're going to contest Damwon Kia here on the high ground.
I think they were just scouting. Those 2 players on the card were trying to figure out, you know what, are we going to be able to use that advantage with Goblin being able to just kind of keep them focused there? It didn't happen. They decided to go back. Overall, Team Seoul not being too aggressive, making sure they know where they want to go, and that's what you want to see at this stage.
Especially here, once we see the second circle pop, then they can decide, are we going to fight for it? Are we going to leave? Are we going to have to make a big rotation? And soon, 7, we are going to see the next circle here. And this is a big decider. We're going to see if the teams are going to have to stay or if they're going to be moving. A lot of teams still moving in. They're basically on the edge or just outside the circle. And then they're going to have to either continue for a very long time if it's a hot shift against them, or if it's going to be a center circle. Right now, most of the teams would love a center shift.
Yeah, and with TJB, I mean, you see TJB now starting to move down to the south. They're like, okay, you know what? We have plenty of time to loot up. Let's actually move along. And something that I enjoyed there from Star Wars Esports, they were just waiting patiently. They made sure that they sent only 1 player across that bridge. They made sure nobody was waiting for them. And they were like, okay, it's clear. You know what? Just come our way. More than likely, it's not going to go to military base, even though, never mind.
You summoned it.
I'll take it. I was saying I wanted to bring out my toxic trait of it being in the middle. I mean, it's looking promising right now.
Yeah, it's also hard because the amount of water that is in play right now is making the vast majority of the center of the circle not playable unless you want to be in the water. But we're going to see a lot of teams come to this southern hill of the Pachinki. There's a big dip. There's some good trees to be played, but mainly 2 compounds. The pack compound and the double barn compound are going to be the main ones that are going to be fought for, and obviously some of the compounds west of farm. Let's see how some of the teams are deciding to do here.
One of the teams I'm currently looking at is Vampire Esports. I mean, they're just taking a way too long with time right there for Emil. What I would like to see, and you can see back-to-back, Killswitch, one of the main players, actually getting eliminated. Oh man, that's going to hurt them big time. And this is, I got to bring up my NA trait now. I was hoping back-to-back would have good performances here. So far, after 3 matches, they had 7 points, not what you expect to see out of that team.
Oh, that's unfortunate for them. Hopefully they're able to step it up and especially learn towards. Now that you're casting them, maybe they're stepping up. No, Rankin's still taking some shots towards Stahl, but Pika goes out. It's going to be going down as well. That's 1 elimination saved for Regan's again. Good performance for them. 2.
And then you have J-Way just passing by. Oh, no. J7, please keep going.
Go away. No. That is so unfortunate. And a strong defense here for Regan's. Really good performance with them so far. They're sitting in a decent compound if it goes north-northeast, but they are not the most centered team right now. But they're going to be fine. They got some of the elimination points they wanted, and now they're able to secure this. Morph have heard that in the distance.
And the good thing there with Regan's Gaming is, I mean, they were able to take full advantage of that. A lot of those teams weren't really expecting them to be there, and guess what? You end up being able to get 4 elims. That's not bad. At this point, that's not bad. You didn't lose a single player. You didn't have to heal. You didn't have to lose any utility. That's maybe one of the best stuff that you can expect out of a team.
Such a good start for them here, considering still have 17 teams remaining, 63 total players. And the Wildcats, they are guarding the bridge. And this could be really interesting, because if we see a sudden shift, worst case scenario, or for your toxic trade, what you hope for, then it's going to be a huge game for them. They could either get past fast, or they could be gatekeeping everyone that's going to be trying to go across on the Western Bridge.
And as we're seeing all of that, I'm also looking now back-to-back Polo. He's staying right there, very, very close to the water to see if he was going to maybe have to rotate to the military base, because he's by himself now. That's going to be a very hard rotation, so it's interesting to see that. And then TJB, we saw that north to south rotation. Right now, they're not really having to worry about much. As I say that, Lin gets knocked.
Oh.
I'm just caster cursing this.
Yeah, it's just basically live caster cursing them, or it could be some of the other amazing casters that we have here in the arena. Obviously, so many languages is covering these amazing games, and we're gonna be seeing the next circle pop just shortly.
Please,
and then
madness.
You're hoping for chaos.
Yes.
For anarchy. And that would be the southern shift. Let's see if it happens.
I kind of wanted to go to military base now. I know earlier I said, and as I said that, it decides to stay just on the main island. Okay, well, we'll take that. We'll take that.
That's fine. And it's also pretty damn good for the majority of the teams, because it is kind of center in the northern side. So the vast majority of the teams, they are already in a damn good spot. Soul, one of them, 4 rivals, also sitting pretty good. And as we're talking about Enigma Galaxy, they need to have a good game now. They need to have this ball starting to roll for them. Otherwise, they're going to have a really rough day 1, and it's going to be hard to catch up.
Yeah, with Enigma Galaxy, I mean, we're talking earlier about how they were in Pachinki, how they had everything going for them. And right now, I'm not able to even spot them. They're nowhere near to be found there. 4 rivals has actually taken over Pachinki, which is a great, great spot. And look at them. They're going to be able to catch people. If they're rotating, they're going to be able to cause some damage and at least back them up.
Let's see what Donuts is going to be able to get out of this one here. They're also sitting pretty in this situation. Obviously on the northern side of it, but still they are holding on to quite a lot of real estate in this situation.
And if we do end up getting, for some reason, the circle just to end up a little bit towards the east-north, right, of Pachinki, where we have all those fields, I hope all these teams are just currently saving those utilities.
What I love the most about Donuts' position right there is that they're able to become the last team to leave the barns and then run up onto the hill and then basically clear the whole Pachinki east side hill. But Vampire is on the move. Let's see what they're able to do. They have Vivo Keat Stars in the distance. Let's see what the Brazilian guys are able to do. Obviously had the pressure of covering the PMWI Brazil, so I know what these guys are capable of, and they are huge fraggers.
Would you say Vivo Keat is your favorite team to win this?
Not favorite team to win it, but I definitely root a little bit for them, because I know these guys are really, really good. But Adrian's going to be taken down, and I basically just counter what I just said, unfortunately for Adrian.
We're talking about Caster Cursing. We're seeing it here live, ladies and gentlemen. It is happening. Vivo Key, after they watch that, they're just going to be absolutely hating us. But for Esports, they took their time. They waited to make sure they were going to get a clear shot. They actually had 3 players aiming down, and they were able to make sure they got that knock and finish that illim, which is it's something you want to see, because if we go back, Esports, on the first Erangel, they were stealing a lot of illims. Yeah,
they were. They had only a few knockdowns, but secured a lot of eliminations and a lot of points through the steals there. Cielo is going to be moving towards Ravenclaw, and they're going to be having a rotation through the fields, try to maybe sneak in, get in under the skin of them, and maybe take a fight to them. Let's see what happens. He's just getting hit from every single side, and Ravenclaw is going to be able to take down Cielo and confirm the elimination here.
Yeah, that's just unlucky for Cielo. You can see the tire got popped, and then all of a sudden he just didn't know what to do. He tried to just switch seats. Maybe he could just snap on somebody. It was not going to happen. Vampire Esports right now is looking good. It might not be the 24 illims, right? But something might be happening for them.
Yeah, and the next circle here did shift slightly north, but still it maintained the vast majority of the land in play right now. So we're going to see a lot of teams fight for this next terrain coming up forward. TJB most likely going to be able to get the revive off here. CEST in a good situation. We see VGS as well. Virtual Gaming Squad fighting the Wildcats. Let's see what they're able to do right now. Ooh, utility being used.
Playing it slow. He's going to be able to be found. He is getting knocked. Where's his other teams trying to get the flank? And they're going to be able to. Can they knock him? He's still staying alive somehow. Avenger.
That is wild. Virtual Gaming Squad with a lot of pressure on from the side as well. Boron, half HP, one more. No, he gets countered. Oh my god. That is insane. Super well played by the Wildcats here. We can hear our Turkish colleagues going absolutely crazy next to us. And one shot is down to a 1 versus 1 right now with Boron. Let's see who's going to be able to take it home for them.
Wildcats. I mean, Boron, with that kind of angle, that saved their team. You could see what Virtual Gaming Squad was doing. They were trying to get different angles. They were trying to rotate around them. But Boron said, you know what? I can actually see you. Doesn't matter what you're trying to do. It's not going to work. And he ended up working out wonders for them. Hopefully, he can pick up his squad right now and secure those elimination points.
Oh, he's actually going to go off. The blue zone is pushing them. Nope. Boron's going to try to maybe secure the points. The zone is coming in. Garavi taking some shots, but no. And this means Wildcat's going to lose a few players. Boron is going to try to get into a situation where he can play as a solo, but it's going to be hard. A lot of the terrain ahead of him here, 7 is taken already.
And with Virtual Gaming Squad, I mean, they do decide to wait and actually revive those players. I wonder if that's going to hurt them long term. We'll see what happens with them. And we do have Team Falcons here going up against Morph. The winners of the last game. Can Morph continue on this trend? Team Falcons, I mean, a surprising start out of that team too. They ended up in 2nd place in Miramar. Was not expecting that, but I love to see it.
Yeah, back-to-back out in 17th. And, of course, the Wildcats out in 16th, and now Stalwart out in 15th place. And we came in and say, all right, it's so impressive to see them back-to-back 3rd place, but now they are going to have their bad game of the day. Maybe we'll see the next few games they're going to be having a combat. Let's see what Falcon is going to be able to do in this situation here, 7. They're putting a lot of pressure onto Damwon Kia.
Yeah, and with Damwon Kia, I'm intrigued. I mean, you also have Box Gaming that's currently of the horizon. I wonder if they're going to be able to push up on that. Falcon, it is currently spread out a good bit. It will be interesting to see if they are going to be willing to take this fight on to Damwon Kia with Falcon Yusuf. Just, I mean, 47 bullets in a Dream. I'm pretty sure he might be able to catch somebody off rotating. They just have to be careful, make sure that nobody sneaks up on them. And here we go, getting some shots, putting out his position. And is he going to be able to secure? Oh, he's not. And then we have TJB Esports EU getting eliminated as well. What's going on?
It's a wild game already. Damwon Kia putting some pressure on it. Now also,
he ended up backfiring. Remember, I was telling you if it was going to backfire for Virtual Gaming Squad?
It did.
It did.
Yeah, it took too long time. They have to finish their fights fast. And now Falcon putting on some pressure onto Damwon Kia. Forest goes down. Let's see what Dama is going to be able to do here with the DP28. Only a level 1 helmet. So it takes much more damage and durability on it, though. Falcon under pressure from multiple sides. New circle has popped and has gone northeast. When we were talking about it, Donut, they were potentially going to be able to have a massive game from this, and they are. They have the center compound 7.
They do, and I'm intrigued to see what Team Soul's going to do right now. They're currently sitting in the middle of that field, or kind of close towards the mountain. I want to see if they're going to have to rotate or how they're going to set themselves up. If they have any vehicles also for cover, because I know in those areas, you don't have any vehicles, and this is what happens to Stalwart Esports. Oh, man, we wanted to see that consistency. Wow. It didn't end up happening.
Yeah, that's crazy. Regan.s are able to sweep and take control of the southern side of the circle, and they're continue to do so. Now Falcon's putting some pressure on to down one Kia, takes down Song, amazing.
The Mart, that's what you want to see at a Team Falcon.
So
Don't
impressive.
Be scared. Take those shots, Martin.
So impressive. Now Box also trying to get in, and the eastern side is going to get more and more occupied with both Falcon and Box. As you see here on screen, powerful, putting more pressure onto Box, trying to push them away from their edge, making sure that they have the control.
That Box Gaming pushing up to the rock just in time. I mean, Yusuf right now, it's he wants some elims. He wants those points.
Falcon still in this situation, putting on pressure for this.
Yusuf, I mean, Team Falcon, they went from probably ended up getting some great amount of limbs to now just backing off a little bit, playing it safe, and kind of like to see it. And then when they see the opportunity, they go for it. This is what you want to see at a Team Falcon. I mean, Yusuf being able to get those knocks. Can they confirm that Ilum? That's going to be the big question mark. You can see them trying to rotate. Box Gaming now is starting to get pushed from behind by RSG. I'm not sure, Avenger here, who is going to come out on top. I mean, Box Gaming, I'm actually surprised that they're still alive.
Yeah, they are under so much pressure from Falcon right now, and they continue to survive. And Regan.s also continuing into that. And it's kind of helping that they're in this dip here, because now that means that Regan.s is also putting pressure onto Falcons. They want all of it. Regan.s really taking control on the eastern side from the south.
And guess what? It's helping out Team Falcon right now, because they're going to have to, at some point, they're going to have to just give up this fight. You're going to have a disadvantage too. And there's so much more stuff going on right now with other teams that they need to be careful. You don't want to focus too much right now on RSG. If you can somehow rotate and get actually inside the circle, you have to do it. But wow, those shots, I mean, as I'm saying that, Team Falcon just keeps proving me wrong. They're able to get those shots, they're able to get those ilms, and it's currently working for them.
Yeah, all right, let's see what Falcons can do here. They are moving a bit around. They're trying to get out of this, but Regan.s just putting on some pressure on them, but they're losing out as well. Means that Regan.s is probably going to go out soon. Vivo keyed out in 8th place here with just 1 elimination. Falcon able to survive this is a mystery to me, 7.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out wonders for them, right? They were able to hit those shots. That's pretty much what it came down to, and they were able to become aggressive when they needed to be. They saw some knocks, they went for it, but this is, I feel like this is maybe when they needed to just try to move on from that fight, try to see what's going on over that hill, and try to locate themselves. Where are you going to go after this, right? What is your next move?
Exactly. They want to make sure of Regan.s getting out here. Vampire take control of this shack here, super important for them. We have 4 rivals in the distance there, moving across the field. Shots are coming onto them. That's a knock as well. Super well played by Schweppes. Nice shots coming in. And also, without us seeing, Enigma.Galaxy being able to take some of the bunkers area. That is just so important for them. Now Freak putting on some pressure onto the Vampire Esports guys.
And at this point, if you do have any grenades, Enigma.Galaxy, please start throwing them. You know exactly where he's going to be at. You know he can't move out of there. Vampire Esports is a team that you don't want lingering behind you, because they're just going to come and strike. And this is what I'm talking about. Let those grenades roll, and the shots too.
Super well played by Freak and Enigma.Galaxy. This rotation, this is a macro call to get into the bunker. They saw potentially open. All they did a blind rotate. Then they got in and took control of it. 4 guys alive, and they're now trying to make sure that they can close this game out after a rough day 1 here. But game 4 is looking really good for them.
Vampire Esports is able to pick up that player. They are able to recover a little bit. Are they going to be able to get those seals? And then, as I was mentioning, Enigma.Galaxy still needs to be careful with them. That is a very strong team, as you can see right now. Even though they might be pinned, Vampire Esports players are trying to get those ilms so they can move forward.
Rolf has an idea that Ravenclaw is there. Oh, nice! This is crazy good utility usage here for 4 rivals. Let's see if they're able to close some of it out. A lot of damage is being put out. Another one is found. Oh, it's actually finished off. Lappy's being ticked up on Stone though now, and he's being finished off too with another elimination for Vampire Esports. USG coming out of the barns. They're putting on pressure from the north side. Falcon still alive on the east.
And guess what? Vampire Esports says you guys decided not to eliminate us. Well, guess what? Now it's time that we put that pressure on them. And Donuts, USG, helped them out big time too. This is what happened with Enigma Galaxy. I was hoping they would finish off that fight early. It didn't happen. And now we do have Team Falcon. Hopefully they can start picking some people off from here.
Oh, that's a headshot straight to the level 3 helmet. Donuts are not taking anything off it. Missile sends bullets raining his way. And that's going to be a really rough situation for Falcons, trying to get the revive off, but the pressure from multiple sides are coming off. Regan still trying to sneak in, but the circle shifted north 7 straight onto Donuts and Enigma Galaxy.
And with all these teams distracted by Team Falcon, this is actually going to work wonders for Regan's gaming. You can see them just little by little crawling, but hey, it's going to work out for you. And right now, you're going to see, 3 players from Vampire Esports. You do have 1 player from 4 rivals just laying down and playing patiently. This is going to be absolute madness. And that's to say that Regan's, no, RSG player gets eliminated. He was spotted.
Yeah, that's Regan's out in 9th or 6th, and with 9 eliminations, that's great for them. But Donuts, only team with 4 alive. They're probably going to be able to put a lot of pressure on the rest, and then they'll see if Vampire and Enigma, they're able to withstand this pressure, or what's going to happen here. Falcons, 10 eliminations in 5th place here. Such an honorable placement for them with the amount of points they're going to be able to get out of this one.
Yeah, I would say that was actually a great game for them, considering how many fights they got on.
And also the terrain they came from.
Yes, and they did have to end up rotating a little bit left. I mean, a little bit late here on this final circle, which kind of hindered them. But for them to be able to get at least those 10 kills is going to be wonders. And then we have Donuts. I think this might actually work out wonders for Donuts. I think that might be my favorite.
Oh,
but Vampire.
Power rivals as well coming in. Stone takes down Amodia. That's actually Enigma Galaxy out. They were in the middle. They got sandwiched completely in this situation. And this is such a good thing for Donuts now. Missile gone down. Oh, no. Rivals gone out too. We're just down to Donuts, and it looks like a Donut game, this one.
We were talking about it before this game actually started. Well, guess what? It's bound to happen. Vampires, though. Vampire Esports, I am so impressed with the way they have been able to work out this final circle, the way they were able to put some extra pressure on Enigma Galaxy, even when they had some of their players down. This is great stuff, and if they can get another chicken dinner on Erangel, oh man, that's going to secure a big spot for them at the top.
All right, they're trading revives in this situation. They want to get everyone up top again. And the question is, how is it going to end up? Looking violently out. The circle actually went away from both teams here in 7 this situation. Donuts has to come in from the northern side, try to use some of the utilities, some of the smokes to try to get in. Vampire has a little bit more of the terrain, but Naoto has some cover. Let's see how much they have to work with. There's also a crate inside the circle, so that could be worked as hard cover instead of the soft cover that the smokes provide.
It will be, and even though they are throwing up those smokes, right, they're sending up the smoke line. I do like Naoto is currently going to have a little bit of a higher ground advantage over some of these players, so he might be able to spot something if he just jumps and sees them rotating. As we say that, Ravenclaw being able to get the knock. If you're going to push, this is time, and he is going to do that. He's going to try to just get cover behind that crate that you were mentioning, and now it becomes down to who is snaking on their path and who's going to be able to get the next knock. Vampire, though, so aggressive. Look at them. They're not wasting any time. They know they currently have the advantage in regards to one of the players was knocked, but then it backfires. One of the Molotovs from Naoto, one of the players I was telling you, being able to get the angle. What's going on here, Vampire? You guys had it going for you.
Yeah, the opening knock was important, but they're putting a lot of pressure onto them and just making sure they stay back there. Oh, it's going to be good for Donuts. They're going to go in and they're going to get it. It's a game for Donuts. USG, what a great one. But Vampire able to get another great game here on